Hello everyone, welcome to our postgraduate cafe event. Today we'll be talking about applications. My name's Easton, I'm a postgraduate graduate ambassador here at Newcastle, and with me I've got some current students. I've got Mary here.
Hi, my name is Mary. I'm second year PhD in politics. I'm from Taiwan.
And I've got Prafula as well.
Hello, my name is Prafula Pise. I'm from India and I'm third year PhD student at Marine Technology here in Newcastle University.
And we'll be giving you some, we'll be talking about the application process. We'll talk about the applicant portal, and we'll also share our experience of applying to Newcastle University. So the programme we'll have a video with some information, which will be delivered by our postgraduate admissions manager, Amanda. She'll talk you through all of the sections of the portal. And then after the video, we'll have a question and answer segment where we'll invite you to ask us questions and we'll be happy to answer them. If you would like to ask a question in that part of the video, please ask a question below in the YouTube comment section. If you're watching it on PG Cafe, use the comment section below the video to ask your question, but please make sure you create and verify an account before you ask the question. This should only take a few minutes. We'll now play the video. It will last about 10 minutes.
Hello, my name is Amanda and I'm a postgraduate admissions manager at Qualification. Today I'm going to take you through how to make an application for a postgraduate programme. When you first go onto our website, look at the programme and studies that you wish to apply to, you will see in the top right hand corner, Apply Now. Once you're ready to make your application to the programme, please click on the button. We also have a general how to apply page that you can also make your application from. You'll see that we also have a video content that you can click to give a little bit further information on their experience from application. There is also a step-by-step guide on this page that you may find useful for further information. You'll see on the step-by-step guide that it gives further information on items such as uploading transcripts and other documents to your application, how to check on your status, and also how to submit your application. There is also a section on if you've forgotten your passwords or if you need any technical assistance while you're making your application. First of all, when you make your application, you need to create a user ID and login. Once you've done this, you need to fill in all of your personal details such as your name and your email address and your date of birth. You then click on You Make Your Application on the red button at the bottom of the page. This will then take you to this section where you can contact the admissions section through an inquiry form, or you can get any technical assistance that you might need. Once you're ready to create an application, please click on the Create Application red button to the left of the page. The first tab that you will come to is your details page. This is where you'll need to check that your name is spelled correctly, and you need to fill in details such as your phone numbers and also your addresses. The first one will be your home address, and also further down on the page you will have another section to fill in for your correspondence address. Once you've filled all of these details in, making sure you've completed every section that has a red asterisk, please click on the Save button at the bottom of the page. At the bottom of every tab there is a section where you can upload any documents that are relevant to your application. Before you're allowed to submit, you must upload a transcript or a translated transcript. If you don't upload these, you'll not be able to submit your application. You can also attach any of the documents that you think are relevant, such as CVs or any references that you have, and these are done in the same way as your transcript. There is also a list at the bottom of the page that shows a couple of programs that we have that need an application fee before you'll be allowed to submit. If you are applying for one of those programs, please click on the web store, make your payment, and when you receive your receipt, you will also need to upload these to the boxes indicated here. Your application will not be able to be submitted for any of these programs without a receipt for this payment. The next tab that you'll come to is your program of choice. If you've made your application from a web page for this program, some of the details will already be pre-populated. If not, you can search for your program in the box indicated, and then once you've found the program of choice listed below, you'll click on that and then you can submit for that program. The next tab is about your qualification. This is where you will need to indicate your highest level of qualification, which may be your bachelor's degree or your master's degree. Further down the page, we need further information about the qualification that you are currently studying or have already obtained. You'll need to indicate to us the university you've studied at, the programme of study that you're currently studying or have completed, start and end dates of that programme, and your predicted grade or your final grade if you've already completed. At the bottom of the page, there is also a section for you to fill in any work experience that you have, which is really relevant for programmes such as the MBA, where you are required to have some work experience. You can also upload a CV that gives further details on this. Once you've completed all of these sections, click again on the Save button at the bottom of the page. The next section is about English language. If you are a native English speaker, you just click on Yes and no further details are required. If English is not your first language, you'll need to choose your native language from the drop-down list, and if you've taken any previous tests, you can also indicate these in the box below. This can be an IELTS or a Pearson's or a TOEFL test that you've taken. Once you've completed all of these, again, please click on the Save button at the bottom of the page. Next information we need is about how you're going to pay for your fees. So are you going to be a self-financed student or are you getting a scholarship from somewhere? We also need information about any criminal convictions that you may have and also about any disabilities that you have. We do have a dedicated wellbeing team that can assist you with any further help that you need with any disabilities, and they will contact you once you've submitted your application. For our international students, if you're coming to us on a Tier 4 visa, we need to know about any previous visas that you've had for entry into the UK. It's very important that you complete all of these sections, as we need to make a visa check to make sure that you're eligible to study in the UK. Once you've filled in all of these details, please click on the Save button at the bottom of the page. Next, you need to tell us a little bit about yourself and a personal statement. This can be done by typing this directly onto the application form, or you can submit this as a Word document at the bottom of the page. We do recommend that you do submit this as a Word document because when you type it onto the application form, you can't do any spell checks or anything, so probably best to submit this as a document. Once you've done this, again, click on the red Save button at the bottom of the page. The last section is about your references. We need to have 2 references attached to the application form. If you already have been given these by your referee, you can attach them as a document, but you do still need to fill in all of the details onto this application form. It's really important that you give us an email address. Any contact that you need to make with the referee will be made via email. So complete your first reference here, and then further down the page, you will submit your second reference. Once these are all filled in, again, click on the Save button at the bottom of the page. Once you've filled in all the sections, this will take you to your status page. As you can see, most of the ticks are green, which means you've filled them in correctly. At the bottom of the page, there is a red cross next to your transcript, which means you haven't uploaded a transcript here and need to go back into that section to upload that document. This can be done by clicking on Attach Transcript to take you back to that section. As you can see, you will go onto here, find your document on your PC, and then use the list for the name and the title of the document. Select the most appropriate that you need, but please ensure that any documents that are transcript are named transcript or translated transcript, otherwise you won't be able to submit. Once you've uploaded these, again, click on the Save button at the bottom of the page. As you can see now, you're ready to submit. All of the sections now have a green tick on, so you can now click on the Submit button at the right of the page. The next section is where you need to indicate that you agree to the terms and conditions of the university. Please tick the box to say you do agree, and you can also indicate whether you wish to receive any further marketing information from the university. Once you've clicked on these boxes, you then need to click on the red OK button to submit your application. You'll be sent 2 numbers. One is your applicant ID number and the other is a notification number. Your applicant ID number will stay with you throughout your study at university for any future years of study as well. The notification number is unique to each application that you make. These are very important that you indicate these in any correspondence that you have with the university. so that we can make sure that we are identifying the correct student. If you log back into your status page at any point, you can check to see what's happening with your application. As you can see on this application, the student has submitted and is waiting to be processed. As I say, diploma programs take around 15 working days to process. Research applications do take slightly longer, around about 4 weeks. You can also log into this page to accept any offers that are made to you or to decline offers. You can also make a payment for any deposits that are required from you, which will be indicated on your offer letter. You'll also be sent an email which indicates your username and password. It's very important that you save this somewhere safe, because you will need this to log in again to your status page on your applicant portal. That's taken you through all of the application. You should now have received everything that you need, and we'll process that application as quickly as
Cool.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you found that video useful. We'll now start the question and answer segment. We have a few questions already. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below in the YouTube. And if you're watching on PG Cafe, make sure you've created and verified your account and ask questions in the comment section below the video there as well. So the first question, when did you decide to start an application? Start with Mahmood.
Oh, hi. So actually I'm doing my PhD, so before starting my PhD, I used to work. So I started my application, maybe you can say in December 2013, and I contacted my supervisor. We developed a research proposal, because as PhD you need to write down research proposal. It took me like 4 months to complete that. After that, once he gave me green light, I started my actual application process, and which is like only took 2 months, not more than that.
Okay, and Mary?
Yeah, in my case, it's a little bit different, because my master degree is computer science. I decided to study PhD in politics, so I think I need more time to prepare in terms of application. So first of all, when I start to have this idea, I went to an agent to counsel them what kind of documents I need to prepare. So the agent told me that I need to have a English requirement, I need to pass exam, and second of all, I need to find a supervisor who is willing to give me the offer. So understanding that, I start to prepare my exam and also think about what proposal I'm going to write. So before you write your proposal, you need to do a lot of research. That's why I set a 1 year timeline for me to get to the application.
Cool. For me, when I applied for my master's course, I applied in my final year of my undergraduate course to start the following September, and I started my application in about February time. And next question, what is included in the application form? Is there a fee, and do I need any original documents?
Yeah, in my case, when I consulted the agents told me that I need to prepare my transcript from the master and also university, and also I need to get the supervisor's reference in later that he is going to accept me as a student. And the other things that when you go through the agents, there's no fee included, so they can do that for you for free.
And how about you?
So for me, yes. So research proposal, first thing. The second thing is personal statement, where I needed help, and there is a Priti Bansal, who is a country manager for India. She is actually Newcastle University employee. She directed me to an agent again, and that agent helped me to write my personal statement. After that, I have to arrange my letter of recommendation, like reference letters, then transcripts, because in India we don't get actually transcripts unless we ask for it, and also my IELTS exam test. So once I decided, me and my supervisor here in Newcastle University, that yes, we are going to start our application process, I took my IELTS exam, because English is not my first language, and that's it, I guess. That's the documents I needed.
For me, as I was already at a university in the UK, I didn't need an agent to go through. And in my form, the only compulsory things that you have to include are references, and your transcript, which you don't always have ready if you haven't graduated. I hadn't graduated, so I didn't have mine ready, but once I got it, I had to submit it. I also submitted my CV, but that was optional. Some courses do have fees. These courses, for instance, are some in the business school, but it's very clear on the course page under the How to Apply tab if there are fees to pay with your application. Okay, and the next question, how long did the application take, and which areas did you spend the most time on? Let's start with you.
Oh yes. So basically, I told you I took like 4 months to prepare my research proposal because I had help from my supervisor here in Newcastle University. We had like we had like so many emails coming, going, and then we developed our research proposal. It's 4 months. After that, it took like 2 months to prepare all of the documents. But I mostly spend my time within that 2 months is on my personal statement, because again I didn't know how to write the proposal and personal statement, and that I got help from agent.
Mary?
In my case, I think the preparation time is longer than literally filling out the form. So because you have to, as I mentioned before, you have to prepare your exam, and also you have to do a lot of research before you start to write up your proposal. And after I finish my proposal, I need to contact my supervisor if he is pleased of my proposal or not. So that's kind of back and forth communication is more time consuming than literally filling on a form. So that's why I said before I need 1 year for me to prepare everything.
For me, it took me, once I opened an application, I took a couple of weeks, and the area I spent most of the time on was my personal statement, similar to Mary and Prafula. There are some courses that have non-standard application processes, but these are all listed on the postgraduate homepage under the How to Apply section, and there'll be plenty of information on there. The next question, can you get advice or support for completing your application?
Yes, I think my supervisor is the key person that I get most advice from, because I was told that doing PhD, it is an independent research. So basically it's about you and your supervisor. So when I got the offer, recommends later from my supervisor, I keep contacting him. In my case, because of my career requirement, I asked my supervisor to give me an earlier entrance start date. So I contact him and say that I need that. Can he help me with that? And he's very nice, because the moment he accepts me as a student, he would do his best to help me to get enrolled. So he wrote a letter to the dean to get me an exceptional letter. So I would say that supervisor is definitely the person that you're going to look for once you need any recommends and suggestions.
How about yourself?
Yeah, so in my case, yes, for research proposal, yes, my supervisor helped me a lot. After that, during my personal statement, I was in contact with the Priti Bansal, who directed me to the agent, and they helped me to write my personal statement. But I was surprised when I started my application for scholarships, which of course my supervisor recommended me to go through. He introduced me to our PGR administrator here in Newcastle University. She was Vicky that at the time. She helped me a lot because I'm from India. I know the procedure for how to apply for grants or funding or any scholarship in India, but I don't know how to do things work here in UK. And she helped me a lot, how to write a proposal and how to get things done and where to apply. And yes, that time I got my scholarship, and I'm one of the 8 students who got the scholarship. And I was lucky for that. And thank you for the Newcastle University.
For me, for my master's course, I had only had my undergraduate experience, so I went to some academic advisors from my undergraduate university, and they were really helpful and willing to read my personal statement and help me out with areas where I could improve on. I also went to the career service, and somebody there also looked through my application, all aspects of my application, and helped me with any areas that I could work on there as well. If you have any queries with your application once you begin it, you are encouraged to contact our postgraduate admissions service. We have an inquiry portal which is on the how to apply section once you apply, and before you apply you can contact the PG admissions, and there's a tab on the side that gives you all the information to email or call. If you're on campus, of course, you can also visit Kingsgate, and student services will give you a hand. And another question, is there a deadline for applications?
In terms of deadline, I think there's no specific deadlines in my faculty. But if you apply for scholarship, of course you have to follow their guidance and to fulfill all the requirements, because I believe there are plenty of competitors there. So that's my idea.
So yes, because as a PhD applicant, we didn't have any deadline, but I had a deadline for my scholarship, and to apply for scholarship, I have to have my offer letter with me. So yes, so you can say there is no direct deadline, but there is indirect deadline. So yeah, that's it.
Same with me. I submitted my application in February and got an offer not long after, and there wasn't a deadline for my course. I'm also in the same faculty as Mary in the Humanities and Social Science. But again, if you want to apply for a scholarship, you do have to have an offer. Some courses do have deadlines, and again, once you go on the course profile on the website, it will be clear whether there's a deadline or not. And how soon after submitting an application did you get an offer? And what were your next steps?
In my case, it took less than 1 month, because it's quite quick. Once you fulfill all the requirements and then you submit all the application documents, it should be quick. And also the agents will keep an eye for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But my main concern was switch from the application to the accommodation and also the course I'm going to take.
Yes, for me, I filed my application in May, and I think before the end of June, I got my unconditional offer letter. And yes, after that, it was tricky for me, because I got my scholarship letter very late. It's in October. And one of the conditions of the scholarship was I have to be here in UK before the 11th of January. So that was the tricky, because it was so rush time for me. So I have to find accommodation, I have to file for my visa, and because I'm from India, we have so much medical tests to go through it. But again, that time, Newcastle University here and also the Priti Bansal at India, they helped me a lot. They speed up all the processes. I was surprised when I was filing my visa application. My agent got stuck somewhere because there was some problem with my caste certificate. And we contacted Priti Bansal there, and within hour they sorted out. She contacted UK office, then they contacted the immigration office, and it was sorted within 1 day. So it was very helpful, and I got my visa 6 days. It was very quick. Yeah.
For me, I got my offer about 2 weeks after I submitted my application. I didn't get an unconditional offer because I was still completing my studies, so I got a conditional offer. But in the meantime, I could apply for scholarships. They become available once you get an offer, and I just waited to receive my results. And that's all the questions that we have today. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any more questions, continue to leave comments in the comment section. Leave your questions in the comment section, and we will respond to you individually. Join us next time for our virtual event in May, on May 2nd, to hear about student life as a postgraduate at Newcastle. Thank you.